Hi and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today we're going to be doing the daily reading for Sunday, January 24th, 2021. And today is the day that's ruled by the crown chakra and guided by space. And the galactic signature of today is the Red Lunar Dragon. And so the Red Dragon tribe, excuse me, is all about nurturing, birth, and being. And so on these Red Dragon days, we really want to be our own mother. It's about mothering ourselves, mothering and nurturing ourselves and the other people that we love if we have the energy to do so today. It's about really crawling into that cocoon, crawling into that womb and being safe and secure and warm and sort of gathering our resources for the journey ahead. It's also about birthing and creating, and so we are birthing and creating new things today, most likely from the comfort of our own space, of our own sort of safe and happy and warm place, and just playing around with different things today when it comes to that creation piece, understanding that every moment is a new creation, and when we're fully present in the moment, we're able to be fully present for that creation and for all the possibilities and opportunities that new creation brings. With the lunar tone today, this is the tone of challenge. And so there is a bit of that challenge aspect going on. And so we want to challenge ourselves to see everything as an opportunity to nurture ourselves and those around us more, to love each other better, to love ourselves better, and to really let that be the guiding force of the day. The affirmation for today is, I polarize in order to nurture stabilizing being. I seal the input of birth with the lunar tone of challenge. I am guided by the power of space. And for the astrology today, we do have the moon in the sign of Gemini. And so this is a social energy. This is a very talkative, a very curious, a very exploratory kind of energy that we are feeling when it comes to our emotions. There is a bit of intensity today, however, because we do have a T-square going on between the moon conjunct the true node, opposing the south node, both being squared by Neptune. And so today is a day where I'm feeling, especially when we have the sun conjunct Saturn, the sun and Saturn coming into that exact conjunction, there is definitely an air of responsibility today, where we're feeling that responsibility, especially when it comes to ourselves. Yes, our responsibility to the whole, but also our responsibility to ourselves. And we're really seeing and understanding how far we've matured up into this point, how far we've grown. And we're absolutely looking at that from an emotional point of view when we have this action with the moon conjunct the south node, or conjunct the north node rather, opposing the south node. It's very much looking at where we've matured also emotionally. How far have we come? How are we acting and reacting? How are we perceiving our emotions, especially with this Gemini Sagittarius axis, right? It's about perception. It's about mind, understanding. And so how are we perceiving our emotions? How are we acting and reacting to our emotions? How have we matured and grown as far as that goes? Where are there areas where we are still acting possibly emotionally immaturely? And how can we move into a more mature expression of that emotion? Also a greater exploration with that Gemini energy, right? A greater exploration of that emotion and an understanding of where it comes from. Like we're not feeling as really pulled into our emotions with that Gemini energy because it's very airy, it's very cerebral, right? But we are wanting to understand our emotions better. We're able to get curious about them, where they come from, right? What new patterns do we have? What old patterns are we still shedding? And we're utilizing that energy from Neptune to really get an intuitive look into that process, to really understand it from a larger, higher spiritual framework. And So I think that's a lovely energy. It can, especially with that sun conjunct Saturn, be a bit of a serious, like we want to make sure we want to be open to what's shown to us in those areas, but we don't want to be overly we don't want to be overly rigid and serious about it, which with this Saturn energy coming in can sometimes be a way to go. But we do want to, it's like taking responsibility in our lives, taking emotional responsibility, taking responsibility for our consciousness as well, right? The sun is our consciousness, it's our ego, it's our sense of self. And so really understanding, like, what is this matured sense of self that we are now exhibiting to the world, that we are now ready and to step into? What does that look like, and what does that matured self do, right? Because we do still have these squares going on between Mars and Uranus and the sun conjunct Saturn. So it's like, what does that mature person do? How can I do that? How can I put that into action in the world, this more matured and grown up sense of myself? And that's really, above all, sort of what I'm feeling as far as the energies of today go. So we're going to pull some cards here. And I feel like as well, when we're looking at all of these ways that we've grown and matured, with this red dragon energy is really helpful too, because we get to look at how far have we come and progressed when it comes to the ways that we're able to nurture ourselves, and thus and therefore nurture as well others in the world. Like, how has that progressed? How have we matured where that's concerned? Our understanding of what nurturing is for ourselves and for others, and the relation between those two things, and the balance between nurturing the self versus nurturing others, and knowing that we can only nurture others effectively when we have a fully nurtured self. Clear. So the conscious spirit cards were pulling me in. We're going to get a couple cards of guidance from them for today. And the first card out is the crown chakra. I know I am part of source and my life is guided by divine wisdom. We're going to pull out a couple of these here. We have at day's end, rest. I find peace in nature and rest my body and mind in order to connect to spirit. So that energy of resting coming in, that nurturing, that crawling into the womb, right? And then we have sun goddess. I celebrate each sunrise and recognize the healing energies of the sun. Oh, don't I miss those healing energies right now, you guys? I gotta tell you. It is frigid where I am right now. This is the coldest snap I think we've had so far this entire winter. But fortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to last too long. But I digress. So... This is very much, I'm feeling like us being asked to rest and recharge today so that we can, I'm feeling all the downloads, and I felt this over the past couple days. We were receiving a lot of downloads, a lot of light codes. We had that portal energy coming through, and I feel like in order to integrate all of that, we're really being asked to rest right now. We're being asked to nurture ourselves, to rest our body and our mind, because both of those aspects need rest in order to integrate everything. And then it's like those healing codes, right, with this sun energy as well. And possibly that can assist those who are able to take in and drink in those sun's rays today. That would be helpful as well to really, I almost feel like, what's the word that I'm looking for? When you set something in, you cement something, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but to really help sort of set those codes in and cement those and begin that process of really integrating them. The sun may be able to seal in some of those energies and really support. It's almost like I feel like the sun is going to be able to activate some of the activations, I guess you would say, that we were receiving. It's sort of like that sunlight is necessary. And I'm trying not to be resentful right now. I chose to live in this part of the world right now. This is where I feel my energy is wanted and needed currently. And so I'm not gonna go there. But those who can, absolutely, that's the sun. It really wants to come in, and it wants to help to set into motion some of those activations, seal in some of those activations, and provide us with additional healing and just support for our systems as they are integrating all of this. So that's really cool energy coming through. And then we have Earth Elemental. I gratefully accept the abundance the earth bestows upon me. So being grateful for everything we have today, being grateful for the abundance, which allows for more abundance to come through. They want to constantly remind us of that. They want to make sure that's at the forefront of our minds. That gratefully really coming in. It's like, I feel like I feel like some people are receiving abundance, but it's almost like it's not fully what we wanted or expected. And so there's almost like this bit of dissatisfaction, and that's creating a disconnect that's not allowing for the flow of more abundance. And so it's like we're really being asked to be grateful for what we have right now. To be grateful for what we have. And know and understand that, like, we always have exactly what we need. If we have what we need right now, we have more than enough, right? And we have more than a lot of people have. And it's not saying that in a way of limiting ourselves, like, oh, well, that's good enough, that's good enough. But it's like saying, like, be grateful for that. If you have everything you need right now, that is amazing. That is fantastic. And yes, we can have even more. The universe is limitless. The abundance of the earth and the universe is limitless. But it's only limitless when we can be grateful for what we have in front of us. And then we have 44, integration. I combine mind, body, and soul to lift all of humanity into a new dimension. So that integration energy today coming through very, very strongly. And I'm noticing with her hands in prayer position up here, it's like that praying and that grateful energy coming through very strongly as well. So really integrating, and it's like we are, as we integrate all of this, all of these light codes, all of this information that is coming in. And see, I like how she's opening and closing the reading here, right? It's like first full circle. We are helping to lift the earth into a new dimension. And so it's like she's thanking us and honoring us for the work that we're doing, and we're seeing how everything works together, right? I mean, we've got it all here. We've got the higher spiritual realms. We've got the earth, we've got the sun, we've got the moon with all of its phases, right? We've got the flower of life here. Just all the aspects and all the ways that we work together with nature, with Mother Gaia, in order to accomplish what it is that we're here to accomplish right now. And then we have the present. I fully experience every moment of my life by living in the present. Be grateful and stay in the present. Could really sum up this whole reading, what we're being asked to do. Rest, take care of the self, nourish the body, nourish the spirit. Be extremely grateful and be present in the moment. Being present in the moment is what really allows. It's like I'm also feeling, and the way that the present, rest, and the crown chakra all got laid together here, it's sort of like in order to, there are downloads, and some of those are in the form of information and messages for you, but those aren't going to come through unless you're resting and you're fully present, unless you're still and fully present. And so if there is an answer that somebody is looking for, if there is some sort of guidance or information that you've been asking for, Spirit is telling you, get still, get quiet, get comfy, and be fully present. And then be open to what comes through. That's how you're going to get that. If you're not doing that, that's why you're not getting it, is sort of like what they're saying right now. All right, any final cards? And then we have 28, release, coming out. I release that which does not serve my higher purpose with gratitude and love. Once again, with that gratitude coming in. Yeah. And sometimes if we get quiet and we get fully present and we get into that space, what we need to release, what is not serving our higher purpose becomes more and more clear. Right? Our higher purpose becomes more and more clear. And as our higher purpose becomes more clear, naturally, that which is or is not serving it becomes more clear as well. And so it's all about really taking that time to get quiet today. Really taking that time to get quiet. All right, anything else? What am I wanting to do for you guys? I'm wanting to pull a mystical shaman clear oracle. To close, let's get a... Okay. So we have the moon coming out. Cycles and phases. The jaguar. The council. And the giveaway, which is all about gratitude, giving and receiving. So I love that. And flow on the bottom of the deck here. With the water card. Okay? Perfect. That's perfect. Can't get more flowing than that. So So this is really interesting. I feel like there are different cycles and phases of this growth and self-discovery process that we are all at right now. And so first and foremost, this the moon card is reminding us of our cycles and phases. And for many of us right now, the cycle that we're in is a cycle of rest. And so it's like honoring all of those cycles. This is for the people who, you know, we have a lot going on right now. We have a lot that we want to accomplish, right? However, we have to honor our different cycles, and sometimes the cycle is rest, and so we may not be able to do as many things. We may not be able to, we feel like we're not accomplishing that many things, but we really are, because we're filling up our tank, we're filling up our reserve for that next bout of action. And so just really honoring where we're at in that process. And then it's like we have two different things coming through for assistance for us right now. We have the Jaguar. The Jaguar is fearless. He is courageous. He is nimble. He can navigate the realms. And so the Jaguar is coming to assist those who are in a process or a point where they're needing to traverse the shadow realms, the underworld, these lower realms, and in order to gain the knowledge and wisdom that is existing there for them. And then we have the Council, which always reminds me of the Galactic Federation, but this reminds me more than anything of our support teams in the higher spiritual realms. And so they are there to guide those who need to navigate and find that wisdom and guidance in those higher realms. And so it's like, which cycle are you in? Where are you wanting or needing to travel right now? And for some people, we're just needing to rest. Which is funny, right? Because obviously we can rest and travel in these other dimensions and aspects of ourselves at the same time. But it's like, wherever you're needing to go, whatever it is that you're needing to do, I feel like there's a slowdown process happening for some, because there are things that we are going to need for the next leg of our journey. And those things are going to be found in the underworld, in the shadow realm, in the higher realms. And so we're being asked to take the time, and the Council is number 11, by the way. We're being asked to take the time to go to reclaim the aspects of ourselves, to reclaim the knowledge, the wisdom that we're going to need in order to move forward. The gifts, right? There are so many gifts for us in the lower realms, in these higher realms as well. It's as we connect with these, it's all just connecting with different aspects of the self. And then this just coming through, again, the giveaway, letting us know, reminding us to be in that state of gratitude, to give and receive. This is the card of nurturing too, right? So that nurturing energy coming through very strongly, especially when we have the flow and the water. And the water coming out, right? Because this is all very feminine, intuitive, emotional energy. This is also the energy of allowing with the flow of where it is that our journey is currently taking us, not fighting against it, allowing ourselves to flow with it, allowing ourselves to flow with what's coming up for us right now. Whether or not we think that the timing is correct, whether or not it sort of fits in with our idea of the trajectory for our lives and where we should be and where we should be heading right now, just surrendering to that flow, surrendering to really utilizing our emotions and our intuition, the feminine side of our nature. This is very much, I always think of the divine feminine when I see this card, because it reminds me very much of her energy. And so it's also like tapping into that divine feminine aspect of ourselves right now, and really allowing her to nurture us, to guide us, and to help us grow. And then this soul retrieval energy, which I find interesting on the bottom underneath that, when we're talking about the lower realms and the upper realms, and definitely feeling some of that energy coming through for people as well. As there's aspects of our souls that we are in the process of reclaiming right now in these different places. And so we need to be present. We need to also know how to nurture and love ourselves, right? And so that we can nurture and love these aspects of ourselves that are coming home to us right now. Yeah. All right. I think that is going to do it for today. I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. If you like this video, all of that good stuff that I say every single time. Drop a comment. Let me know how this is resonating, how your day is going for you. I love you all so much. I appreciate you all so very, very much. Yesterday was very much a day of rest for me. That's why I wasn't on here. I really had to take it easy. And, you know, it's all about pacing ourselves and knowing our cycles and knowing what it is that our bodies need, and not feeling not feeling guilty about that. Sometimes we just need to rest. That is what it is. There's nothing else to be done about it. But yes, but I am here with you today. I love you all so much. And yeah, I don't know what else to say right now. I feel like I'm starting to ramble. I'm still a little out of it right now. So love you, appreciate you. Talk to you guys soon.